Hello. I'd like to offer some guidance and insight to people who are suffering from anxiety. Anxiety is a very common disorder suffered by many people. For some of us, it's something we experience some of the time during crisis or difficulty. For others, it's something that's quite permanent affliction. And it can be incredibly debilitating and difficult. I have just an extremely simple response to anxiety, and my understanding of anxiety is that it's something very in the cells of the body. It's physical. Primarily, it's both physical, it's emotional, it's mental. It could be tempting to think that it's a mental thing, that it can be handled by thinking about things differently. Ultimately, I feel it's something that is addressed best through the physical body, since it's a frequency and a vibration that the physical body is afflicted by, and then it affects our emotions and it affects our mind. And we get into this very difficult loop thinking and kind of manic thinking and feeling unsafe and all the horrors that come with different levels of anxiety. So a very simple exercise I want to share, which I do with many people involved in GENEKEYS in my community, which is you just take your palms and you place them on your belly. And the belly, the solar plexus, that area of our body, is where the anxiety ultimately stems from. Actually, it's where all illness and disease ultimately stems from at an energetic level. And so if you want to address any real problem, the ideal is to go to the core. And this is the core. So you place your hands, your palms on your belly. And then you begin simply to breathe gently and lightly, just bringing your awareness into your palms, and you allow the breath to then come down steadily deeper into your belly. If you feel really anxious, then you could also circle your palms on your belly softly, so you let them just go around in a small circle, and you can make that circle bigger, and you can spiral it in any direction. I mean, preferably I would go in a clockwise direction, since that's the way in which peristalsis and digestion flows in a clockwise direction around our belly. So doing this, even though it's so incredibly simple, what it does is it begins to relax the whole system. See, what we want to do is we want to communicate to the cells of our body that it's okay, right? The feeling of it's okay. And we have to do that through our intent. So even though it feels very far from okay, our intent is communicating it's okay. It's like you're dealing with a distressed child, and that's your body. But there's a part of you that's going, it's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. And you're putting your palms on the belly of that child, and you're just reassuring it. And the way to understand this is that you're communicating with the body. You're not communicating with any sense of identity or with a past affliction or any idea that you have in your mind about why you feel anxious or any of that, or any worry about the future or anything. It's just pure to the core of your body. And you're letting your body know, that the soft animal of your body, you're letting it know that it's okay. Life is okay, even when it's not okay. And the body, at its core, essentially knows this truth. So you have to remind the body of this truth. And the more you do this very simple exercise, the more you'll see that your body begins to remember. And as your body begins to remember, your breathing starts to go a bit deeper down. You don't force in any way your breathing. And there's no forcing in this at all. There must be no forcing. This is just a pure, gentle listening exercise where you're just touching your own belly And you're just allowing your breath just to move with your palms, whether you move your palms or you hold them still, or both. So you move and then you allow them to still. And you just gently allow the breath to start naturally on its own to move down to where your palms are. And what you'll find over time is you begin to feel better, you begin to feel softer, you begin to tune into a deeper rhythm. And as this happens, your emotions start to settle and your mind falls quieter, the manic mind. And you can do this you can do this as often as you want and as for long as you want. And I recommend, if you're suffering from anxiety, that you do this often, whenever you can think of it. And soon you'll begin to tune into a space behind the anxiety, this space of it's okay, it's safe to be in this body. And as you feel that more and more deeply, you'll come into this cellular memory of trust, the trust that your body has in life, the trust that your body has in the timing and the rhythm of life. And it's that deep core cellular trust that we are approaching when we do this very, very simple exercise. So, that's all I really have to say. And I just recommend that you try it, and you try it repeatedly. And that whenever you feel upset or nervous or anxious, or any of those kind of difficult, perturbing feelings, you just do this simple exercise and you allow your breathing to return to a more natural, rhythmic state. And take your time. Depending on how deep the anxiety is, this is going to take a long time. You don't have to be in a hurry. You could do this for weeks and months and even years. And it will slowly, bit by bit, start to chip away at whatever pattern is causing the anxiety. And you don't need to understand it. You don't need to get to the bottom of it. This simple exercise will take you all the way through to the healing of that anxiety. But you must be patient. That's all that's required. Patience, gentleness, listening, surrender. And ultimately what will happen is you'll begin to feel really nice, and you'll begin to feel really relaxed, and your belly will soften and it will open. You may have some physical symptoms in your body, that you needn't worry about them. All you're doing is rubbing the sacred lamp of your belly and allowing the light to shine there again. And it will begin to shine at the core of every cell. And the more you do this, the more relaxed and blissful you'll eventually begin to feel, until you can just place your hands on your belly and feel it instantly. And I hope you enjoy the exercise and the simplicity of the exercise. And my love goes towards you wherever you are and whatever levels of anxiety you're feeling. I know that this exercise could really help you. So, best wishes.